I experienced drive-by killings and drugs and alcohol and just a lot of death. Being raised in Watts, California was an experience I would never forget, but it made me really tough. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. My father died when I was 8 years old, so I had a lot of responsibility at that age. We were a very close-knit family, really involved in the church. From my childhood experiences and the way I was raised in Los Angeles, I joined the military. I wanted to be really tough and take care of myself. I found out that the military is a man's army. My military experience started in 1977. I joined the U.S. Army. I signed up for 3 years, but I did 2 years, 1 month, and 24 days. One time I was standing in the chow line serving a meal. A male soldier walked through the line and just socked me. When I hit the floor, I got right back up, and I didn't cry. The mess sergeant, which is your supervisor, he asked me, he said, "Are you all right, Private Reynolds?" Of course I was not all right, but I got right back up, and I served my tray of food. You have to, whatever you cook, you serve. I got right back up, and I served, and life goes on. I kept those things within, and I started self-medicating with alcohol in the military. And that was the day I went on my mission, my personal mission to get out of the military. I didn't know anything about the cycle of abuse or any of those things that I know now. So of course, I fell in someone that was gonna abuse me. I stayed married for 10 years, and it took me 10 years to figure that out. I got a divorce. I did a 1-year safety plan, which is how am I to get out of this without getting hurt. My goal was to go to San Francisco. And then a safety plan was coordinated with my employer. She let me off work 3 hours ahead of time. So when he came to pick me up for breakfast, I had a 3-hour head start to San Francisco, and the rest was history. When I was driving down the 5 coming to San Francisco, I was paranoid. Of course, I was paranoid. I would look over my back, and it was just horrible. It's a terrible spot that I never want to be in again. And then even after I got to the city and it's so crowded, I even saw him there, but he wasn't there. I would even see him there. You get all paranoid and stuff. There he is. He's coming down the hall. Won't you go check? I know this guy was trying to kill me at that point, so I was afraid for a while. I ended up staying in San Francisco 23 years. Such a great sense of freedom. Yes. And that's when I started working on becoming an alcohol drug counselor to heal myself, because I couldn't get all the answers. I was reinventing myself. So I was like, I'm gonna need new clothes. I can't afford clothes. I was referred to Wardrobe for Opportunity from Women's Initiative for Self-Employment. I've always wanted to be self-employed. I've had that vision. Been in social service, being a counselor for years. When I first stepped into WFO, I'm gonna go to the clothes, okay? When you go to Macy's, they have personal shoppers. Well, I had 2 of them. Okay, so that makes you feel gorgeous. And so no matter what I put on, because I'm a full-figure woman, okay, no matter what I put on, I felt gorgeous, because they said I did. The Pathways program, what I learned in addition to the camaraderie from the women, they taught me so many things that I have applied to clients, but I didn't remember to apply to myself. It was like, okay, we're here for employment. We don't care if you've been in recovery, if you have a disability. If that wasn't an issue, it's not something we discussed in class. I felt totally accepted and embraced. It's like, what do you want to do? Okay, I felt really empowered just because of that. I didn't have to explain that to anyone. It's like, okay, you want to get a job? You want to be self-employed? Okay, let's get busy, Pat. And that was it. I did my business plan and learned about having a business. I want to do everything the correct way, because I'm going to make a big change, a big step in my life. I'm going to leave employment and a guaranteed paycheck. My business is a positive option. I provide addiction counseling and recovery coaching. I like to work with my clients in their own environment. When you feel gorgeous, your self-esteem increases and you're confident. So I just walked over there saying, I'm all that. And I still believe I'm all that.